I've got two goals girding these trees. One is to get as much standing dead as I can. So this one's dead right here. It would come out here, cut that up for firewood. It's too small to do any building with. But again, I'm just taking out the damaged trees. I'm girding them, causing them to die. And I'm also girding anything that's in the way for driving a truck through here, or driving a vehicle through here. So I'm widening the path up. Okay, will I drive a truck through here? Hell yeah. As soon as I feel like there's enough width, I'm driving through here. But again, there's some larger trees in the way. Now that's part of the instruction I gave the forest mulcher, was not to take down any of these decent width trees. Now these decent width trees, 4 inches diameter, 5 inches in diameter, I'm going to gird them just by simply chopping around the base and messing up the bark layer. And then I'm going to come back. See, this one's already damaged on this side. So I'm essentially just going to go around the tree and just destroy the bark. And then I'll come back and chainsaw this out in a couple weeks. I don't need to cut it down right now. I'm just really just marking the trees that I want to take out. And I'll cut open that a little bit more. Again, I'll be able to drive right through that area there, right down this hill, all the way back there into the woods. But I'm gonna leave behind stuff like this that's thick. Give it a chance. There's some big trees like that right there. Those will get cut down later and milled. I almost want to be able to bring the mill to the trees, or have a bobcat in here able to drag out the finished trees. We're going to leave behind all of this shredded material, all the branches, and just drive over them. But you know, as we camp back here, we'll probably pick up these pieces of wood to use at the fire. And this will all come out nice and clean and accessible like a national park. Now we are looking for areas where the water tracks. So I have water tracking from up the hill there. So I may want to do a cut ditch back into the hill there. I'm not worried about that right now. I may want to get this clear enough I can drive a vehicle through it a couple times and just see how the vehicle tracks, because I might have to come through and dig a contour swale to excavate and level out the road, because we do drop off the hill back here. But again, we got a variety of things going on here. And the key is, I have this thing crawling on me. Look at that. A caterpillar crawling on my neck. But the key is how do we get in here with the least damage to the woods? Okay? Forest mulching is the least damage to the woods. Clearing out dead trees and trees that are in the way is a useful way to get building materials. Build a shelter, then run goats. The goats will then thin the woods out, get us access to more firewood, more trees, and ultimately help us clear it out some more. Now, we don't want to clear the woods completely so that there's no trees. We just want accessibility around the two major paddocks where we're going to raise our goats under trees. So we want to be able to get feed to them, want to be able to get them in and out of the area. And then later, if we run hogs, we want a good clear layout of the land to know where the hogs will be appropriate or where they won't. Some of these sloped areas may not be appropriate for hogs. We may want to keep them near the paths, and so their rutting and their digging and stuff doesn't create erosion issues. So, but how do you go from acquiring land to understanding the land? I say you go in cycles, where you do a little bit of clearing, a little bit of trail work, a little bit of hunting on it, a little bit of understanding the species, a lot of taking out the dead trees, using them for firewood, making charcoal, creating a habitat space. I'm looking for a couple areas that'd be good mushroom beds to chicken of the woods mushroom. I saw some oyster mushroom out here too. But again, we're trying to make the best use of the land as it is, complementary to its nature, so that we can get both human needs taken care of and the natural needs, and then layer on top of that the different ecosystem necessary to get meat production, vegetable production, recreational use, conservation use, hunting use, and so much more. If you're interested in doing something like this with your land or understanding the approach for your own property, I can listen to the constraints you have, the challenges you have, your goals and objectives. We can look at the topographical of your property. We can look at satellite images, both historical and current. And we can also do some reading of the forest. You'll know things like that main tree there used to be double trunked and they cut down one side of it. And now it's sprouted out. And then also in this area, it's near a fence line because all these trees that have been coppiced. And then of course it goes off a slope, but there's a lot of stumps in there and trees that have been coppiced. What we've done here is we've designed maximum accessibility first, because this property here doesn't even have a well on it. So we've started with raw land, increased the accessibility. Now we're starting to harvest materials to build shelters. Then we're going to figure out where the well should go. You know, we'll probably harvest out, or I'll allow people to come out here and hunt. We'll probably get 100 pounds of meat, 200 pounds of meat out of this area, even before there's a single goat on the property. We'll get weekends of camping and enjoyment with the family. We'll get hiking and exercise, entertainment, relaxation, all that from a raw piece of land before there's a house on it. So I know you guys have the dreams of a homestead, your dreams of your giant estate. Look, we can get you started right now. We can really get you started right now. Visit me at www.prosperityhomestead.org. Ask your questions. Just where I'm standing, there's unlimited resource. That's some hardwood right there. We could have a little campfire going out here, enjoying some weekends of just chilling, building some projects. I can drive my truck all the way to the very back of the property. So I have accessibility to this entire property in 2 or 3 days. Be sure you check out the forest mulching video. I'm going to finish up a little bit more of what I'm doing here. I'm almost back to the truck. I'm going to get some more space clear, some more trees girded. And again, we're girding the trees, primarily those that have been already damaged, that are small enough to move my hand once we take them down. When we take them down, we'll be cutting out the longest, straightest poles we can get, because we're going to build a pole building. If you'd like to see a video of that, let me know. It takes a lot of time and effort to put together these videos, but if you want to see a particular video or advice for something to help you with your property, then be sure to add that to the comments, ask your questions. And we're going to transform these woods from, pretty idle to highly productive. And you're going to see that transformation right here. Be sure you like and subscribe. I'm Justin Hitt with Prosperity Homestead, www.prosperityhomestead.org. Thanks for watching.